we go.
MNC is MNC. He gon' rack it up, to get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what mooch on, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, mooch and crap. And crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's MNC, it's MNC, it's mooch and crap. It's mooch and crap. MMC is back. MNC is back. It's back. It's back. And y'all already know.
And we are live.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, Vietnam. Woo! How's it going? Yes, we are live. But, I get so into the song and there's a little bit of a delay. So it's like, I'm listening to it, and it's like, man, I can really dig it. Somebody earlier sent me a message on Xbox Live saying how much they love that new song. They're like, where can I get it? And I'm like, I don't know yet. We're working on it.
Where can I get that? I got to be honest with you. I don't know how you don't like it. And shout out to G-Man, who's totally, his opinion is duly noted. I love this song. I love this song.
I do too. I think it's absolutely great. It's great.
Great.
So, yes, exactly. And, we're here. It's the first actual day where there's no football game of any note, no players playing of any note. So we got that. It's just going to be a boring Sunday. So why not kick it off with us? If you guys are just joining us, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be a fantastic show. There's actually a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Crackdown 3. I mean, This thing, Mooch. I was a little bit wrong, and you might have been right because I was hearing good things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But then you see all of the previews and stuff that are coming out now.
Yeah.
And I did go back and watch some of these ones with IGN and stuff. And it's like you see 10, 15 minutes of people playing, and they get one kill, and they're like, I don't know, I'm not having fun with this game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So some of that stuff is suspect. Just like remember the guy who couldn't jump or past the tutorial level of Cuphead.
Yep.
Right, like at some point, I don't know, these are professional journalists, gaming people. Shouldn't they be able to be accountable for some of this stuff, right? Don't you think?
I do, and it's something that you can't even like critique anybody in the media because the media, you would think that we are the consumers, guys. And yes, there's YouTubers and there's YouTube out there. And what's great about YouTube, this is why I enjoy YouTube. I can't speak for everyone out there. I like going to the various sites. Okay, crap. I go to some of the pro, let's say Xbox, some of the anti-Xbox. I like to watch and see what the pros and cons are from a gamer standpoint. These people that are in the media, the journalists, and I say that in air quotes because it's almost comical nowadays.
Yeah.
But those folks, I know for a fact that a lot of them do play games. Like, let's just say, for example, like, believe it or not, Destin Legary wasn't that negative on the game. If you watch the 6-minute multiplayer feed on IGN for Crackdown 3, he wasn't necessarily that bad. He said it wasn't his bag, but he was pretty positive on what the technology was doing and where Microsoft wanted to go with it.
But let me ask you something real quick, Mooch. Would you ever consider someone at IGN playing a PlayStation or a Nintendo exclusive that wasn't their bag?
No.
Or would they give it to somebody whose bag it was?
That seems to be what it is you have people over there that are like, you know what, I'll play this game. That's my favorite game. Here, okay, I'll give you an example. If you want to go back in time to all you guys that are new to getting into gaming, YouTube and gaming media, okay, like Greg Miller, for example, he handled 90% of the PlayStation exclusives. And he's a PlayStation guy. Loves them.
Yeah.
Loves them.
Loves them, yeah.
Right? So there were times he gave 10 out of 10s or 9.5s, and even people were like, not really that good, but he's a big fan. You know, then you have people like Jeff Gertzman, who I believe did he do the Gears? No, it wasn't Gears.
He did the Quantum Break, but he hates third person.
Right.
Yeah, he hates like third person action shooters or something like that. So
you know,
he was the wrong person to review that. But then again, he came back and gave Uncharted 4, I think, a 10 out of 10.
Right.
So, you know, you could definitely see there's a bit of I don't know. And I'm not saying that Crackdown 3 is the end all be all. I don't think it's like the greatest game of all time or anything like that. I just think that it deserves, like, people are expecting it to be bad because it's had some delays and it's had a troubled development history, right?
Yes.
And I think they're being a little bit unfair to it. You know, like, it's a lesser game, but that game Dreams by Sony, right? That's going to come out this year.
Yeah.
That has been totally taken back down to the starting point twice.
Yes.
It's been in development longer than Crackdown 3. And I would doubt that we'd see anybody trash that game the way we see him trash Crackdown 3. And in fact, I think we're actually going to see people praise that game and go, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. You know, but guess what? Microsoft did that game to start this generation. Remember Project Spark? Of course not. Nobody does.
Yeah. How can I forget? I actually got it erased out of my yeah, I don't know. Listen, that's all Dreams is Project Spark. But getting back to the point, you actually asked a great question, Crap. You know, would they ever hand off a game that comes out for Sony or Nintendo to somebody that doesn't like that particular platform or doesn't like that particular game or that genre? They wouldn't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't. And that's something that really is duly noted. And for everybody that sits out there and just defends the media, I'm going to say this all the time. The same way you shouldn't defend any corporate company, you also probably shouldn't defend any media outlet. You know, they're not doing their due diligence like they were in prior years. It's just an opinion. And whether you agree with me or Crap or Gadang or anyone, it's the same way that you would agree or not agree with those individuals. Yeah. And I mean, the thing, people just take it because it comes out for IGN as it's gospel, and it's not.
Well, you know what? Nothing brings out people like bashing Xbox, right? So according to the developers, the Crackdown 3 campaign lasts 15 plus hours, and they've only harnessed a fraction of the cloud compute stuff. So if you want to have a relaxing story experience, great. He says they have a really cool 15 plus hour campaign. If you're in the mood to bash in people's teeth, be super competitive, we have that mode for you as well. You don't need to actually bash anyone's teeth, but you know what I mean? That's the reason we have the campaign. We want to make sure that when millions of people, he's being a little bold there. When millions of people jump into the game and Game Pass. Oh, okay, so he's saying Game Pass because nobody's going to buy this game, by the way.
Right.
They think, well, how do I want to play Crackdown? I'm not really a multiplayer person. Does it have something I can play by myself? Yep, we do. Hopefully they'll fall in love with Crackdown that way and other ways as well. He says the interesting thing from the technical developer point of view, he's eager for other developers to look at the Azure destruction, and the simulation destruction of the cloud, and say, what can we do with that? There are clearly things you can do with the animation, with AI, with machine learning, bigger player arenas, higher player counts, you name it.
Right.
And he says, I hope when you look at Crackdown and think deeply about our novel experiences, that Microsoft continues to improve with the tech and people jump on board with the tech and stuff like that. So,
well, I mean, shout out to Lethal Papa is in the chat and doing a great job moderating.
Does a great job, by the way. Great Patreon supporter as well. So
outstanding individual in the community. I do want to say this much though. Papa always says on Twitter, and he says it here in the chat. If that's it, I think Crackdown 3 might be his bag. He likes that. Now, I don't myself personally. I haven't liked any of the other Crackdowns. So I always say this: take this with a grain of salt. I'm probably not going to like 3 because 3 is a 2019 version, an upscaled version of Crackdown, right? Yeah. It almost seems like they went back to the drawing board, Crap, right? And they said, you know what? Let's not make this. They shouldn't have even called it Crackdown 3. To be honest with you, Crap, what would you have said from the footage you saw if it was just Crackdown like redone? When you kind of bring the game back and you start over again from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's Crackdown 1 again, right? It's not necessarily just Crackdown 3. Well,
they've actually added a lot to it with like the ability to scale up and, and they really, the thing is Crackdown 1, I think got an 83 Metacritic. And this sort of is like that. So by the way, if you guys are just joining us, please hit that like button. We start a little bit late sometimes, but sometimes people get in here a little bit late. This party doesn't really start kicking until around
About
noon
12
anyway.
o'clock, yeah.
Yeah. So share out the link, like it, subscribe if you haven't already. We continue to do our thing. We really appreciate the support and stuff like that. It does mean a lot. We're doing voicemails again. We're doing Patreon wheel, which unfortunately we didn't get done in time this week. So it'll be next week on Mooch's channel when we actually do that. But yeah, we do appreciate everybody for coming out here. But look, the Crackdown stuff, to me, I think it looks much, much better graphically than Crackdown 1. I think that what they've done is they brought in Terry Crews, who's done a really good job. But where's the advertising? It's kind of clear that Microsoft wants to put this in Game Pass. Set it and forget it. You know what I mean?
And forget it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's like a Ronco 3:30 in the
yes.
morning advertisement. You know, here's the other thing that was brought up on Twitter, crap, that we really need to discuss. We've kind of been just kind of bypassing this one subject, okay? And I'm getting a little tired of it already. People are like, well, if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Play it if you want. If you don't. Right? It's just there. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what we want we, the gamers, want a Game Pass to be. I don't want Game Pass to be a litter of 200 games in the 60 to 70 meta range. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's only $10. You know, it's like the bargain bin at your local Walmart. You can't complain.
Well, here's the thing.
You can't complain.
You have a totally legitimate argument. And the thing that I want to point out in your argument is that Microsoft has to be wary of this, right? Because people are going to start thinking, oh, like if this game scores poorly, that would mean the only exclusive that's really scored well that's launched was Forza Horizon 4. And that's because those guys are balls to the walls developer. You know what I mean? They're Naughty Dog. So, of course, that's going to do well. But if you look at the other things so far, underwhelming at launch for, look, people are going to hate. I think Sea of Thieves is much better now. Obviously, it's a million times better.
Absolutely.
Should it have launched now? Maybe.
Wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah. Dry is dry. Like, you really risk putting a sour taste in people's mouth by releasing it how you did when so many people weren't finding things fun to do in the game, right? They released State of Decay 2, Mooch. I liked the first one. It was a story-based thing, right? Like, it had a story. This is like a random thing. I don't even know what the hell, right? Like, sure, we got co-op for the first time, right? But Mooch, if you're in my game, you can't advance your story.
It doesn't count for me.
Yeah, and you can't take anything back with you either.
Right.
So they really screwed the pooch there. And that one, to me, State of Decay 2 is my biggest letdown so far of the whole Game Pass day and date thing, right? Sea of Thieves I had a blast with. You already know that, right? Even at the beginning, whether people agree with me or not, I had a blast with it. I was having a good time. State of Decay 2, holy crap. They turned, oh, man, someone just pissed in the Cheerios. Your foodstuffs are gone. Go get more food,
Yeah. Hurry back to the home base. Jimmy just put a spiked rusted nail into our tree, and that was our only source of apples.
It was. So now we're down 4 food, and now they're starving. Do you want to kick them out of the group? Yes or no?
Meanwhile, while that's coming up on your main screen, right? I'm fighting 777 zombies.
Exactly. Oh man, my car.
I remember yelling at one point. I was like, "What do you want me to do?"
Yeah, I don't know. So that to me was the biggest letdown, right? They hype up the multiplayer and stuff like that, and it just was garbage. Now, Crackdown 3, I don't know. I thought it was going to, I hope it gets somewhere in the 70s, right? That would be okay. If this thing scores in the 60s, I don't know what Microsoft can do, to be honest with you.
Well, you can, let me tell you something. Just like that guy who had his nail stuck in his head in Happy Gilmore, you can count on this crap. Okay,
count on him in the parking lot.
You can count on him in the parking lot right after the 18-hole match, and you can also count on IGN not giving this thing any more than a 7. So I mean, that's just the way. And listen, I'm pretty sure Ryan's going to be the one that does the review. He's the one that was flown out. He's the one that's been playing this all along. He's the one that's doing these firsts, and he's the Xbox guy. Man, you almost have to say that and not eat anything while you're saying it because you'll throw it up. But I mean, realistically, right? My point being is that when he says it, he gives his review in these initial comments. He's saying the walls feel like they're paper thin. And I get what he means by having a little bit of weight and destruction behind this force. Yeah. And maybe, and that's the thing, crap. That's where I say, listen, this game was never my bag. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get it. And I'm not even saying Ryan's critique is wrong, but here's the thing. This game has had plenty of time now, right? And we said, well, there was a period of time, crap, where Microsoft wasn't, they weren't spending money and they weren't doing, listen, we're way past that now. Phil's had the checkbook open for well over 12 months, okay? You could have had people go into this thing and really, this is one of their franchises. This is a first-party game. They could have went in and really tweaked the hell out of it and put out a halfway decent game. And I think this one here, I think they went in. I think they polished it. I think they made the gameplay responsive. But I think ultimately this game, I said this myself, okay? And I look at 15-hour campaign. All you guys that are going to go out there and get all the orbs and do the campaign, you guys are going to get your 15 hours. I'm not taking that away from you guys. For me personally, this has got between 2 to 4 hours max. And then for me, excuse me while I pop up the collar, it's a never was.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, this is the problem. And somebody, what's what in the chat says, Mooch, he goes, if Sea of Thieves was released today, maybe it would have been a 75. I got news for you. I think it was a 68. I'll take a 75.
Yeah, 75 is pretty good.
Yeah, right now as we stand, Game Pass wouldn't be able to clear its way into high school. It's failing. Yeah. So when I'm saying I'll take a 75. So that's my whole thing, crap, is that Microsoft has to really, really take a look at what's going on. Because right now, except for the third-party games, a lot of Game Pass is mediocre. And I know it's what does everybody say? $10 value? Mooch, don't even start. Come on, I dropped $10 under my couch cushions. No, you don't. But
I dropped $10 on those smokes in 3 days, Mooch. What are you talking about? Yeah,
when I'm pumping gas in my car, I spill $10 of gas on the ground before I even put it back in the hook. Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Hey, by the way, I had multiple people tell me they were down for that bumper sticker idea I had last week. And I was thinking about this new one, Mooch. Think about this. Kick it out wide for Mooch and Crap M&C show. What do you think?
I'm not necessarily sure I'd put it on the back of my car, but I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Everybody's kicking it out wide for Mooch and Crap.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, then I don't know, go back and listen to old shows because I've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah,
kick it out. Yes, kick it out wide.
It's one of your old claim to fame. It's very nice. Yeah.
There's one person I would never want to kick it out wide with, and that's Shannon Loftus, Mooch, though. I got to be honest.
Oh.
It's
funny.
I'm just saying.
We do got to say this much. I think her role has been either reduced or put back to where it was before Matt Booty came on board. Would you agree with that? Matt
Booty, yeah. I mean, look, it had to be done, right? No disrespect intended, but it had to be done. They needed a shakeup to whoever was making these games, right?
Right.
Look at the games we had for 18 months.
Yeah.
Halo Wars 2. Are you serious?
Well, Matt, listen, I got news for you, Crap. I know where you're going with this, but Matt is still on the hook for a report card. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's great either because we don't know yet. And I got to be frank with you. You know, the initiative, I think, is doing something quite special.
I can still be Fred, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But my point being is, I like that. But my whole point is, I'm not necessarily sure. We know Ninja Theory's got quite a talented group. And
they're going to show something this year, apparently. So,
well, we got to see something.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm hopeful as hell. You know what I mean? I want to see what they have to show.
Crap,
right?
Phil's been showing up to E3 like Costanza when he showed up for his NBC interview. He has a show about nothing. Something.
Gotham guy says Microsoft should have priced Crackdown 3 at $29 or $39. It's less than that. It's Game Pass. Yobi says, I hated the Halo War series. Look, I like the Halo War series. I thought it was okay. But to say that is a niche series is an understatement, right? Yeah. Console gamers aren't really into that type of game.
The RTS,
you know, the RTS games. Like, I like the first one. It was kind of cool novelty on the 360. But wow, you know, like the fact that they kind of dropped the ball over the last 18 months is really sort of bad on them. And I've called them out. Look, I know it sounds like I'm hating, and here's the thing, Mooch, and I think you'll agree. It's not hating, right? We don't hate Xbox, but you have to say something, right? Otherwise, it's just blind loyalty.
Yeah.
And I like Microsoft. I like a lot of what they're doing, but I think it's crazy. And there's plenty of games to play, right? Like, what are Sony fans playing right now? The third-party stuff that we're all playing,
Yeah.
Right. The Red Deads, the Call of Duties, all that kind of crap. With that being said, the exclusive stuff is important.
Yes.
And Microsoft needs to get some bangers out there that score well. I know that we all say it doesn't matter, and it doesn't, but you got to get over that hump, right? Some games that go out there and score well. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. The report card is still out on these guys, So everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry, Mooch. Come on." Like you'll make a comment like this. Come on, they got 7 studios. Well, that doesn't mean you're gonna have 7 award-winning games.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I know the ratio. I get it. We've seen the numbers. You have something like 7 to 10 studios. You're lucky if you get 1 or 2, whoppers out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically speaking, a lot of the pickups that they've had, I don't know if necessarily they're going to be games that we all fall in love with. I do think Initiative will do something special, and I think Ninja Theory, too.
Yeah, Initiative, Ninja Theory, Playground Games, obviously.
Playground, yes.
They're really good. Who the hell is that other one they just picked up? Oblivion. They're going to do something really nice.
Well, now that's where I wanted to go into this crap, because Oblivion definitely has the pedigree. There's no question the talent's there. But is Microsoft going to pull a Microsoft? Are they going to take a talented group of people like that, and instead of coming out with a game like they have now, which is the Outer Worlds, instead of coming out with something like that for Xbox, are they going to take these guys and make, Halo Wars 3?
No, they're working on. Microsoft signed them. They're working on a secret project. So, supposedly this is an RPG. As we hit over 300 liking, please like, share, subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Yobi says KOTOR plays godly on X1X. Thank you. I saw a few people playing KOTOR recently, even though Mooch says nobody plays those games. Fat Nuts 420 with the $1 donation. Hey, awesome. $1 and a dream, my friend.
$1 and a dream, folks. Speaking of that, please do. The Patreon link is down below. As Crap had mentioned quickly, now that we have more people shuffling in, we will have voicemails today. We will have the Patreon Wheel of Wonder next week on my channel. We just didn't get a chance to get that wheel up this week, but it will be up and running. It is actually up and running. We just didn't get the names in. So apologies there, but we will have that. And we start all of our giveaways. Again, we're going to have another giveaway at the end of today. Well, no, we're doing both wheels next week, right? Crap.
Yeah. And if you guys want to call in and leave a voicemail on Skype, it's what's the Skype name there, Gadang?
MC Show Live.
MC Show Live.
Love it. No space.
That's just all one word, right? MC Show Live. So Mick Show Live, right?
Yes.
Mick Show.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, exactly. So you guys can call in, leave a voicemail. That way, super easy on Skype. Once you leave a voicemail, boom, you're entered to win something in the wheel that way as well. So make sure you guys keep that as well. It's going to be a fantastic thing to see. Yeah, I'm still getting over being a little bit sick. But, I think that, Microsoft, why I love Microsoft, they do tend to drop the ball a little bit or time to time, like this past week, Mooch.
Yeah.
There were multiple times where Xbox Live really crapped the bed. What do you think about that, man?
Well, I think, we talked about it on Xbox Nation, and by the time we got to Crossfire, it went from a don't worry about it to what the hell's going on. So, I mean, realistically, Crap.
At first, we were both like, it happens.
It happens.
Right? It happens.
Right.
Then after it kept on happening, we're just like, well,
maybe this is a problem here. And listen, here's the thing. I try to give analogies all the time, folks. Okay. It's literally, they are the software giant. So what happens is, shit happens. We all know that. Okay. It doesn't matter who we're talking about, what the instance, what the company is. But when it starts to happen over and over again, especially in succession, and you've got everybody tied to your system, it really does deaden the box, right? The box becomes dead if you can't access your digital content. This is the world that they prescribe. This is the world they told us we could feel safe in. Okay. That's supposed to be our safe place.
Yes.
But the thing is if all of a sudden you go to turn it on and you have a dark screen or no access to your content. Well, I mean, listen, I can sit here and all of us can be like, oh, shit happens, this and that, blah, blah, blah. That's great. That's great. But realistically, we're not in our safe space anymore, Crap. And that's the problem here. And, you get people like Mikey Barner would be like, it'll be up soon. Tweet. All right, thanks. What's the problem here, guys?
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys. I'm sure you guys are fine over there playing at Redmond. My thing about it is that I think they have to have a backup so that when something like this happens, systems can run on something, even if it's an older build or the situation, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They have to have the same thing here with majority of the time, power outages, right? Most power outages don't last long anymore for normal routine power outages, right? Again, when an oops happens, you've got power that comes access from a different port and bang, you know. But you got your power back within what? A minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. That's what they do while they patch up and repair the transformer or the issue at the other substation. Okay. But realistically happening, this could go on for hours. Sometimes it happens for hours in succession, for days. And people have their accounts tied to this. And I think that's a problem. You know, that therein lies the problem. And I don't know if Microsoft, I think they're taking it serious enough, but I think they need the severity even up a step further.
Yeah,
That's
you know, I agree with you. I think that and did they ever even mention anything? Did they come out like Phil or anybody?
I saw Mike Ybarra say something. That was about it.
Brilliant. I mean,
Brilliant.
Come on, man.
I mean, Xbox support said something. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody's really cares about Xbox support, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
the thing I would say is, like, somebody should have came out back in the day on the 360 era, right?
Yeah.
They used to, you know what would happen if something like that happened? Everybody would get like a 3-month card or a 1-month card for Xbox Live, right? Now they can't even bother with it. So, you know, at least acknowledge something's up, you know, or tell us what's going on. Maybe they're doing something behind the scenes or whatever. I just think that that's really, we deserve that as fans, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, shout out to Enrique. He's in the chat. He says, you know, I believe, let me see here. He wrote it. I think he's right. I believe the backup they have is moving gamers to different servers. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Moving gamers to different servers crap is a lot like I was saying with the different, you know, substations and power stations. When your power goes out, they reroute you. And that's why it usually takes about, it can take a minute, it can take 5 minutes, it can take 10 minutes. But that's what happens. Here you got hours. You know, you're out 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Then 2 days later, it's 2 hours. And it's like, if you have an oops or an but you can kind of patch guys and different gamers through in a different route, and you can do that within, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, 20 minutes. Okay, that's giving you longer than the power companies do.
Yeah. Oh, we got a little bit of breaking news. Yobi says, I love you. Breaking news, Red Dead Redemption 2 giveaway next week, folks. We already did one. We'll do 2 of 2.
Nice.
By Gadang, Mooch Crap, and you the gamer. So next week, tune in. Yobi's giving away a free copy of Red Dead 2. Man.
Wow, next week is stacked with giveaways. We're back, baby. That's great.
We are.
Patreon wheel, voicemail wheel, a Red Dead Redemption 2 giveaway. I don't know, crap. I got news for you. I might not be able to make the show next week. I'm going to be in the audience.
You're going to try to mooch everything, right?
Why wouldn't I?
Arthur! Although that was a great game. You have to admit that, man. That was a simply fantastic game.
It really was.
I love. Again, I started playing Red Dead or Resident Evil 2, which I like. I just don't think I like it as much as you. And you know what's funny is I meant to tell Boom. I was just giving him a little crap. You know what I mean? When I joke with him, like I feel bad because I was listening to that. I come across like a real asshole, right? Like because I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I mean, like me, right?
No,
like,
get out of here.
I really didn't mean anything by it. Just like for me, the parts where I'm at right now seems a little bit slow. Right. Like you're searching for stuff. You're searching for this. You're searching for that. Hey, let's get us over 100 likes, guys. Please hit that like button. We're out here kicking it out wide for you guys. That's what we do. Mooch and Crap, man. We're out there doing our thing. We I know you guys can't hear Gadang because his mic is muted for you guys.
That's great.
But I love it when we get him to laugh. And he does that a lot, man. Like we'll tell a joke or something because then you know the joke landed okay. So we're also gonna have a top 10 next week as well. So everything back to normal. That's really good. We've got some voicemails. Don't forget to get your guys' voicemails in if you haven't already done so, because that's very important. We like to hear from you guys.
We just started advertising it, crap. Let everybody know in the chat here, and we want to talk about it more and more so you guys know. MC Show Live, you'll call in and leave a voicemail. We will have live call-ins. I would say it's either next week or the week after. Me and Gadang, we're just working on that before the show. It's just another piece of equipment to get, and we'll be up and running. But nonetheless, I got to be honest with you guys, a lot of fun. We've got a few voicemails today. And we've got giveaways next week. I'm ecstatic to be back. It's good to have. Look at everybody's here. We got G-Man. Shout out to G-Man, Punk Kiddish, Enrique's out here, Lethal Papa, Yobi.
Yes.
You know, Yobi's been so entertaining on Twitter. Like he cracks me up, man. Like
he also has a new Twitter now just for gaming talk. So make sure if you guys aren't following him, you go ahead and follow him. Very positive guy in the community. Supports a ton of the shows. Did the giveaway when we came back with the new format. With Red Dead Redemption, always there to support us. He goes to Xbox Nation. He supports Crossfire. I've seen him in all the chats, basically. You know what I mean? So really good guy. Make sure you guys support him and say what's up and things like that, because he's a really good guy. So and we really appreciate that, man. Look, so many places out there to get everything but gaming related stuff. We give our opinion, but you're not going to get a lot of the other bullshit that some of these other places try to give you. You know what I mean? And same thing with like the big sites, right? Mooch, like, look, if you're an Xbox guy, why would you ever go to IGN or any of these sites anymore, right?
I think they're hurting crap, and I think, listen, it's not just the fact of like the mooch and craps out there. I think really what it comes down to is, I mean, you've even got the people that are the thoroughbred like talent. They're leaving. Like the Greg Millers left, right? Naomi Kyle left. I mean,
yes.
Marty Sleva left. Mitch Dyer works for EA or something. Like they all left, and they're either doing their own respected podcasts or they left to go work in the industry somewhere. So what happens is now you just got, it's like I always said at IGN, the minute somebody leaves, you're like, who's behind the camera? Jimmy! Jimmy!
Get up here. You're in front of the camera now, Jimmy. Tell us. I
can see Jimmy like he's pointing at himself. He's like, me? Yeah, you. It's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we know you're wearing a I love PlayStation or bus shirt. Get up here. Come on.
Yes. Get in front of the camera. Do your thing. Camera.
Say something. Yeah. You know? And that's really what it boils down to at the end of the day.
I agree, man. Like I haven't seen, and you know, when everybody's like sort of abandoning that, and they're the biggest ones, that there's some kind of problem there, right? Some kind of problem that people are sort of not happy there, that there's something going on behind the scenes there. Your girl left too. What's her name? Alana?
Alana left.
Yeah. She left. She's doing something else. I don't even know. I haven't even watched The Fix since Naomi Kyle left. But yeah, like everybody pretty much left that you know, that anybody that had any kind of credibility. Now I know there's still what's his name? Shaggy. Sir Blocks a Lot.
Yes. Sir Blocks a Lot.
Dude, he blocked me for being involved in a tweet that I had nothing to do with.
What do you mean?
Somebody had tweeted about what did they say? Remember, it's a monster or something like that, and I was in that tweet. And
yeah,
and he blocked me. So I never even really had much of a conversation with the guy, to be honest with you.
No, well, listen, these guys, they do their own thing. They've got their own, they got everything going the way that they want it to go, okay? What we've got going on here is it's a different crowd. I think people come out and they've said, like myself personally, I watched IGN for like, I don't know, better part of like 8 years. And then it was like, okay, when I started to see all these great YouTubers and see gamers pop up, I was like, this is what I want to do. You know, this is great. So, I mean, I don't know. Myself personally, I think I encourage anybody who loves to get out there and put their opinions on YouTube. I like to hear what you have to say. Look, there's even that one guy, I believe his name is NX Gamer.
Yeah.
Right? And he does what Digital Foundry does.
Yeah.
You know?
But to a less fanfare or whatever,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but he does accurate testing of that stuff. I think with the less of the fanboy aspect too. So,
right.
You know, he just goes out and does it. Which, speaking of Digital Foundry, so we saw that Anthem footage at E3, remember? And everybody's like, whoa. Right? It looks amazing. Right. It's a living world.
Right.
Wow. Right. And great. Right. So that's awesome. Now we see this beta or demo, whatever it is. And Mooch, are you with me yet? It runs better on PS4 Pro.
Well, that's surprising, isn't it, Crap?
Oh, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you should be.
And I'm not really so pissed at Microsoft. I don't really know if Microsoft surely could get them to do something about this, right? But at the same time, I'm more pissed at like why is it over? I figured a year plus after the release of the X, everything would be much better, right? So why is this checkerboarding at 1800p on both? But why is the only one that has an uncapped frame rate the PS4 Pro version?
I don't know. And Crap, it goes beyond even that. You've got to look at it. You have that situation going on, but you also have the fact of the advertising, right? So the advertising is supposed to be going through Microsoft's marketing, and that doesn't seem right.
Yeah. I don't know. What are they advertising the PlayStation now? Jeez.
Well, they are. That's exactly what it is. So, I mean, it's confusing to a certain extent. I got to be honest with you. But I don't know. I mean, here's my thing. So I got a chance to play Anthem. Did you get a chance to play Anthem at all?
I haven't got a chance to play it. I've been pretty busy.
I think Anthem has got some tremendous potential, crap, but I think it's going to run into the same issues, if you will, that we ran into with Destiny and maybe even the Division, the first one. And I was telling this to Gadang before we started the show, crap. And my issue with Anthem right now is I feel like the Division 2, as much as I give it a lot of slack, I think the Division 2 has bettered itself. I think they've learned from their mistakes. And I think those things can all be remedied, right? My thing is that I think that we have to kind of go through our growing pains again with Anthem. And I think, you know what I mean? Like me and Gadang were saying, when you're fighting one of the bosses, it feels like when they hit you, it's 2 or 3 hits and you're knocked wild. And when you hit them, it's like you're throwing pebbles.
Okay.
And those are things where they're like, well, stay tuned and stay with us, gamers. We're going to go in there and tweak the system. And I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of go through those growing pains again. And that's the one thing about Anthem that's kind of got me do I want to do that all over again? And I'm like, I'm loving Anthem. I got to be honest with you. I'm really, really loving it.
Yeah. I hear good things. I just, from most people, but are you worried about the price of the the side stuff that they're going to have you paying for? I hear $20 for a skin or whatever.
Well, am I going to be worried about it? I mean, no, because it's not game changing, right? It's just basically aesthetics and skins and the appearance of your character. And
but doesn't that scream free to play to you, Mooch?
I mean, you think Anthem is a free to play game?
Well, no. Free to play games tend to do that, right? Where you pay for the skins and this and that and different outfits. And you know what I mean? That's what free to play games do.
Yeah. No, I do hear you there. I think that I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't think it's a free to play situation. I really don't. I think that they got to make money somewhere else. Crap. I said this to you when you guys were all jumping up and down for the free DLC. I said, I don't know if we can jump up and down because we don't know what the DLC is. And if it's free, they got to make their money somewhere else. So their money's going to come in the form of cosmetics, maybe the way that your thrusters look or your outfit or, whatever. There's going to be emojis and all kinds of different things you can do to make your character stand out from my character. And if I'm playing the free version, fine. But if I'm not, then, you're going to go, I play Destiny with people that spend $10 on emotes. And emojis and stuff like that. Not emotes, pardon me.
Wow.
And but they're cool. They look good. That's the game they play. Me and you decide to pick up 8 games a year for $60 a piece. They play 1 game and pick up 2 $20 skins. That's their call.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'm not.
It don't bother me really.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely hear you. I'm just saying, for me, with all the trouble that EA has been in lately, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense for them to go ahead and do all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? People are already kind of cracking down on them, no pun intended. You just sort of wonder about it, at some point enough is enough with all the microtransactions and stuff like that. Just let people earn it, I guess. I don't know. I personally don't have a problem with the way that they're doing it. I just feel like that's very almost free to play ish.
Yeah.
And people should I don't know, kind of, I don't know. It just seems a little bit wrong with what they're doing. Jade Empire trademark. What do you think about that? Looks like Electronic Arts has trademarked Jade Empire, which are they finally listened? Because I've heard that they aren't allowing them to do single player stuff anymore. Did you ever play the first one?
I didn't. I know that it's a huge fan favorite, right? And that was an OG Xbox title.
Yes. Yeah. Exclusive, console exclusive.
So now we see this thing getting trademarked. Do we know is there anything in that? I did roughly look over it, but is that something that Microsoft has trademarked?
No, Microsoft doesn't own it. EA, BioWare.
EA, my apologies. So do we think this is something that they would team up again, or EA wants to do something with it on their own?
Probably EA wants to do something with it on their own.
Okay. Maybe you could speak to it a little bit then. Maybe you could sell me on it. What was it that I'm missing from Jade Empire? What is it that I'm missing that was so great?
Well, it was a lot like KOTOR, right?
Right.
But it was real-time action. And it was one of those games like typical BioWare where there was a story, a love interest, and betrayal. It was just really good, and it's actually backwards compatible still on the X or on the Xbox One right now. Just one of the better stories. You can still play it. I always get a kick out of it because you go back and play it in the last level. They're like, here comes another wave of enemies, and it's 4 people.
Right.
you know, because of the technical limitations. But I always just found that to be hilarious. But still, if you've never played that game, it still looks great because it was HD back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those rare kind of HD games from back in the day.
I know what you mean. I've seen footage of it. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd have to spin the question around and ask you, or maybe even ask Dang. Like, for me personally, that game, it's never been on my radar. So to say that it was something that I'm excited for, yeah, I don't know if I can necessarily step up to the plate and start talking about it in that fashion. It's really not my bag. But, I mean, it may be something, like you say, when we can bring it to a 2019, 2020 standpoint, technologically speaking anyways, it may be something that's interesting to a lot of people. I think a lot of times, guys, listen, there's a reason that I say nostalgia is a hell of a drug. You know, I mean, we all sit there and we play that game, and that game meant so much to you guys back then. And crap, you know, I'll use your example with Battlefront, right? Battlefront meant so much to you back, the one that came out a decade ago.
Yeah.
And you gave such a heartwarming story, if you will, to the audience and to myself on why that game meant so much before the first Battlefront came out, let alone Battlefront 1 and 2 that came out this generation.
Yeah.
And then when it came back, you were kind of like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
It plays decent. I'm not even talking about the loot boxes. I'm not talking about any of that nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm talking about but do you see where the lore and the love and admiration you had for the game, it wasn't the same?
Well, you know what happened was I was in this very small, tight-knit community on Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2.
Right.
And you picked your own class. You know, you rented your server. Like, I rented a server for years on there, right? You paid like $20 a month or whatever it was. And you could like server admin it and, you know, close it down for practices or clan matches and stuff like that. This one was super casual. You know, you didn't even have in-game chat. Like, I was very disappointed. I thought it looked great and it played pretty good, but it just was not that same type of game, you know, and I was disappointed in that.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, is it always that situation where, you know, these games, listen, so you have like your Uncharted's, your Halos, your Gears, okay? Games that come out religiously on a 3, 4, 5 year schedule.
Yes.
When you have these games that haven't come out now in like a decade, 2 decades, you know, you're like, oh, we got to get that back. I got it. When I played that last, man, I got lost in that. My fingers were bleeding. I played it so much. Yeah, but that was a different you. And it was a different era. And sometimes these developers won't take that baton and change it enough, right? They won't change the game enough to ramp it up. And then when you play it, you kind of feel like you're left out. You know, you're like, this is not what I remember. And that's why, crap, to be honest with you, that's why the RE2 Resident Evil 2 remake is so important. Because I could sit here and I could say, I played RE2.
Yeah.
Right? I played RE2, and that game was fantastic. And then all of a sudden I played the remake, and I go, kind of feels like a lackluster. But this was done so well.
Oh, no, it's done well, for sure.
You know, that's my whole thing. I don't know. Myself personally, I just think that, like, I think that some of these games that have to be remade, and there's so many great people writing in the chat, and I'm going off on a rant here. I haven't gotten a chance to read it. But my thing is that take it easy, guys, with the nostalgia stuff, right? We all think it's so great, and it is, you know. And it's, you know, Enrique, Basement Arcade Radio, he says, you know, Jade Empire would be a welcomed return. You know, Enrique, I got to say, from someone who didn't play the first one, I could buy that. And Crap definitely just said the same thing. It would be a welcomed return. But I'm wondering if, when it comes out, if it doesn't hit the mark like the first one hit you the right way. And all of a sudden, maybe it puts a bit of a damper on that situation. Like, we're all playing the SNES Mini and the NES Mini and things like that you went out to go buy. And then all of a sudden, like, Castlevania is one of my favorite games. You want to talk about really getting nostalgia on you guys. But then I went to go play. It is.
Yes.
Right? Loops you right into the couch.
It does. It does.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, in this case, you have to sit, you know, the NES controller and all that only have a 3-foot wire. So you really got to get really close to your TV. Yeah. But I play Super Castlevania crap, and I'm not feeling the same way I did when I was younger. Why? Because I shouldn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit you the same way.
Well, that's like, and I guess I could go into a little Star Wars sidebar here. So, like, you know me, hold on. Joshua says, he says, what do you think the Division 2 endgame will have? Maybe more missions or daily objectives. Let's go Patriots. Well, Patriots doing something? Season's over, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the end game is. Hopefully they have more story stuff after that, right? Like, I wasn't a fan of just the way the game ended last time and nothing else. No story-related stuff.
Yeah.
hopefully they have more missions and stuff, more story, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
But let me go.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go back to my Star Wars point.
No, I was gonna say, I thought you were going to do the Star Wars round. I'm sitting here waiting with my popcorn. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so people that like the original Star Wars movies, they saw them when they were kids, and there was nothing like it at the time, right? So they have that euphoric feeling of seeing that, and it's magical, right? They saw it at the theater the first time they saw that. Amazing. I get that. When the prequels come out, they're like, this is not #not my Star Wars, right?
Right.
They didn't like it. Now people can look back and say, hey, the prequels are pretty good. The prequels for me, I was too young. I wasn't alive for the first Star Wars or the second, only the third, and I was a baby. So, I never saw those. The prequels were the first ones that I saw, and I loved them. And they're my favorites to this day. The problem is you're never going to get those ones that saw those originals to like the newer stuff, because they're not going to feel the same way. You see what I'm saying? They're not the little kid anymore in awe at the theater like they were when they were a little kid. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, I don't know. That's I have a more appropriate question, I think, for the crap gamer here. And I know I'm taking you off your Star Wars, but Division 2 is coming out March 15th?
Yeah.
Or March 22nd, something like that.
Yeah.
And you've got Anthem coming out the end of February, crap. And then there's all these other games that are coming out in between. If you were to pick one of those games, which one would you sink your teeth in and put more time into?
Which one? What are the options?
Division 2 or Anthem?
Division 2.
Yeah, it's funny that I've kind of
reason being is because it's going to have a story, like a co-op story at least. You know what I mean? So even if I didn't play anything else, which, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering, Xbox One X $399 with Fallout 76 at GameStop.
I saw that.
It's been discounted right now in a lot of places.
It's at Walmart too, I think. $3.99 at Walmart too. I think I seen it there at my Walmart.
Yes. Dude, if you have not played games, forget Anthem and it being parody or whatever. I'm talking about play stuff like Red Dead 2. There's a lot like Gears. So Forza Horizon 4, so many games look absolutely stunning on this thing. Even if you have a 1080p TV, you owe it to yourself, folks, to buy an Xbox One X. Tell them Crap Gamer and Mooch sent you. And
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. I got to agree with you, Crap. I've been thinking more and more about it, and this is going to make Def Jam Bam, when he wakes up today, very excited to hear. I'm actually looking forward to Division 2. I've been kind of secretly going and watching a lot of the YouTubers that are doing massive playthroughs of Division 2 and their early access gameplay. And what I like about Division 2 at this point is I think they went through and I think they actually fixed all the things that we didn't like in Division 1. Okay. And that's great. But realistically speaking, Crap, my issue with Anthem right now is I'm sitting there playing it this morning, and I had fun, man. I love the mechanics. Love the particle effects, love everything that's going on, love the flying mech. It's great. But I can realize that there's going to be, at least for the first maybe 3 to 6 months, we all know this as gamers. This is not a Mooch problem. Is that we're going to go through some growing pains. And the growing pains are going to be them tweaking what's OP, what's buff and what's not. This and that, like shooting enemies forever and scaling it back down because they've got that kind of distribution unsettled yet. And I think when it comes down to it, Division is going to be pretty damn polished outside the box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be really, really good. As we got 350 watching, hit the like button, guys. Maybe we get us over 150 likes.
Right.
That would be amazing. Gadang, can we drop a voicemail? Because I know we got a couple.
Yeah, we can. I got one ready. Just let me know.
All right.
Now?
Load it up, man. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Great Canadian web slinger Mighty Spidey here. Hello, Mooch, Crap, and Gadang. Just want to give a shout out to my Canadian boy, Jay. Love you, Jay. Miss you, Jay. All hell, Jay. All hell, Jay. Anyways, guys, have a great show. Just thought I'd leave a message just in case you guys don't have too many messages. Looking forward to talking to you guys in the future. All right, have a great show.
And we love, having Mighty Spidey and all the folks call in. You guys are the show,
Yeah.
So
I still remember, Mooch, when you came up with that All Hail J thing. You were like, you pitched that.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like how just how that stuff comes about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like many people wouldn't like Mooch was like, you know what we should do? We should have that All Hail J thing from Men in Black.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's basically how that came about.
Yes.
Was like that was a really brilliant Mooch idea, and it's just so funny how we were just kind of shooting the breeze, and that just kind of came about, and so that's what we got. Hey, we got Matty Beast in there as well.
Here. Yeah, no, and that's what it's all about. It's the same thing that kind of goes on behind the scenes now. When we record with Gadang, we just kind of shoot the breeze. Some things stick to the wall, some don't. But that's what's great about being creative, and that's what's great about having this show. That's why I wanted to do the show is, and also get the feedback from the fans. Crap, because you have Yobi out there. Yobi's giving me some good ideas. Other people have given good ideas for the show because ultimately when it comes down to it, it's all about you guys being here and enjoying the show with us. So absolutely. Shout out to Mighty Spidey. We've got another voicemail too coming up later. Crap, what did you think about now? I don't think this is your bag. And I purchased it. Got it kind of gifted, but I went and grabbed it. It was had a bunch of like GameStop awards money to use, this, that. So I went and grabbed Kingdom Hearts 3. And we haven't gotten a chance to talk about this you had it in your notes for Xbox Nation. I had it in mine for Crossfire and haven't gotten a chance to talk to you about it. Whether or not you're going to play it, whether or not you want to play it.
I want to play it. I am looking to mooch it. So any other mooches, I want to finish Resident Evil 2. I'm almost halfway into that. Once I do that, I would like to actually get that game, but I need to mooch it because I'm just a poor guy, man.
You're just trying to make it in the world today? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm just trying. Yes, I'm trying to make it in the world. Just a simple guy trying to make it in the world, and in a world that likes PlayStation as an Xbox guy. What can I say?
Wow,
so,
that's not easy.
And I've never played those games. I'm hearing mixed things, but I am hearing a lot of good things too. So I don't know.
I'm hearing the game is extremely polished. I'm hearing the gameplay is a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I've got to be honest with you. To me personally, I thought it was I had all those GameStop reward. We got some gift cards for Christmas things. I said, you know what? What game is coming out that I know? And we as a family play a lot of Sea of Thieves. But I really was like,
that was after you hit me up for Lego games, right? Hey, which Lego games are good? Yeah.
But what's funny is, so we went there, right? And I grabbed about 3 Lego games, the ones that I talked to you, because I know you said you played them. And I was like, the kids want to play something. So we went and got some really cool Lego games. And I noticed they weren't playing them. And they were used games. So I said, I've never done this. I said, wait a minute. I said, do you guys still offer if it's within 7 days? I said, they're not even, I brought them home. They're not even playing them. He goes, yeah. So I took the games back and I got the kids Kingdom Hearts 3. And to be honest with you, they're ecstatic. Now, it happens to be Super Bowl Sunday, so I was going to start up Kingdom Hearts 3 today, but I guess now I'll wait. But nonetheless, crap, this game...
Super Bowl?
Yeah, Super Bowl?
Sports. I don't know what that is.
Crap, what do you think? Do you think Kingdom Hearts 3... This is one of those anomalies, right? I just told everybody in the audience that when you leave a game for 10 years, it sometimes doesn't come back with that panache and that meaning and that heart. Here's the thing. This is a 50-50 kind of split.
Apparently the story is like convoluted as
right,
hell.
That's what I was going to say. Nobody knows what's going on in the story. Even fans of the story are like, I don't really remember.
They're like, I don't know what's going on, but it's polished, which is so funny to see games get a pass on the story, right? Like, it's like, be consistent. If you're hating on a game because of a lack of story and then you give a game a free pass for the story, I don't know, there's just a little some kind of issue there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Just kind of my opinion anyway. But, hey, I want to play it. I think the Disney stuff is pretty cool. I think it's something that, is kind of exciting. I would have loved to get the chance to kind of play it after I finish up. Resident Evil is not going to take me a ton of time. It's only, 6 hours or something?
I think it's
6 or 7 hours.
If you're running through it the way that I think you might run through it, crap. And don't get me wrong.
I in fact, at that one point where you're in the office and there's a safe there, I just looked up the safe combination.
You can.
Yeah, I didn't even bother trying to do it organically. I was just like,
well, I don't play. Listen, everybody plays their own way. Myself personally, here's the thing, crap. What I like about Resident Evil, okay, especially this one here, is so you can do that. But realistically, when you're running through the game, just a natural, most of them, there's a couple things you got to go out of your way, but not really. Most of them, as you just open and you go through the doors and you get into some of the quote unquote safe rooms, if you look around and search, everywhere, there's sheets there with different combinations of safes or rolls of film that you take to the dark room. and you develop them, and then you get the code, or you get something that opens up. So you're always going back through these levels anyway. So what I'm saying to you is, if you just do natural progression through the game, crap, you're going to hit a lot of things, whether you think you will or you won't. Yeah. You know, now when you get that roll of film, yes, you have to make an obvious run back to the darkroom to develop it. Okay. But you know, that's my whole thing is I think that, you know, I don't know. I love the game. I love it RE2. I think if you play through it the way you're playing through it, you probably get through it in about 6 hours.
Yeah. So 6 hours, I'm playing it as Chris Redfield. Is that who you play it through as, or is there a different? I can't remember if there's a difference between playing the two or not. It's just
I'm playing it through as I believe it's Chris, and then I'm playing it through as or is it even Chris? It's
Leon.
Leon, thank you.
Leon, oh, excuse me.
Chris Redfield is later.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not a Resident Evil buff.
No, I was gonna say it's not Chris. Leon, and then there's Claire. So I'm gonna play it as Leon. Then I'm gonna play it through as Claire. Okay, and I got this from the Grand Poobah himself. Boom, singular bombastic. Okay, your RE2 specialist. He said, Mooch, play it as Leon, then play it as Claire, and then you can go through again and play it as Leon and Claire again for their second play. Now, will I do the second playthroughs on each? I don't know. I don't know. I know I'm definitely gonna. I was supposed to have Leon's done last night.
What do you think about people saying that this game's game of the year? Like, I hear people legitimately
that's a bit much.
That. Yeah, like, you know, kind of.
I can't buy into that.
Yeah, it kind of makes me scratch my head.
I'm not telling them to change their vote, but two things kind of go against that. First of all, as beautiful as a remake it is, and as much as I'm enjoying it, I find it very hard to say a 1998 game that was remade is game of the year. I think you're kind of backhanding the other developers that have games coming out this year.
Yeah.
Number two, the other games haven't even come out yet. You know, it's kind of like if you're going out to a 5-course meal, okay? And right as soon as you get the first appetizer, you're like, oh my God, this is the best. I'm not, no, I don't want the rest. I don't want it. I don't want the dessert. I don't want the entree. Get rid of the. I don't want no waiter. Get rid of the whole. I'm out. I'm leaving. You know,
you the master of locking.
Right? Yeah. Yes, right. So how can you call a restaurant your favorite restaurant when you only got to the appetizer, you didn't get the entree or the dessert, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't really gotten to the meat and potatoes of 2019, I just can't sit there and say that this is game of the year. I mean, Gears 5's coming out this year, right? There's other games coming out. There's a Dying Light 2. I mean, Dying Light 1 was my game of the year back when it came out. Yeah. So I can't dismiss these other games, crap. I can't.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I can't.
I agree 100%. A remake should never be in the running.
Right.
You know.
Maybe it's in the run. If you're going to put Celeste's game of the year running, you can certainly put this in there. I think people that commit crime should have to play Celeste for 12 hours. You see them crying, be like, I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. Let me out.
Look,
so sorry.
Celeste is a terrible game. There's no other way around it, right? Like, I don't understand what people were smoking when they said that was a good game.
I don't. Listen, here's the thing I have, and anyone that loved Celeste, that's fine. That's fine. But I mean, I got to be honest with you. I really, really think that Celeste is just a very basic game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's not exactly what a game of the year candidate should scream.
Yeah.
And crap, look at it. We've had Super Meat Boy. We've had Dead Cells. Okay. You've had all these other great games. How can we sit there and say a game like Celeste with all Dead Cells should be up there then?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, Dead Cells was actually a decent game.
It was of course it was a decent game.
Now,
it was a great game.
Here's the thing. This Apex Legends game, have you heard about this?
I have not.
That's the Titanfall game that's supposedly going to come out.
Yes,
the Battle Royale.
Monday's Battle Royale. Yes, I didn't know that was the name of it. I apologize. Yes, I do know about it, though.
The Battle Royale, and there's no mechs. Apparently, it's something like, I don't see how, it's not exactly Titanfall. You know, there's no mechs in it. So
there's
I don't
no mechs, so you're just the pilot.
Yeah, when I first heard this, I was like, this is weird because they're taking Titanfall and making it from good to bad to worse. You know, they're totally screwing that game over. Like, I've never seen anything like it. That first game had limitless possibilities, Mooch. Limitless possibilities. I love that game.
It really did.
Yes, I love that game. And
it's a damn shame, to be honest.
It is. And they ruined it with the, although they added the campaign, great. I loved it. That multiplayer was garbage. Complete trash.
Yeah. I mean, and I know you guys really did a hell of a campaign to try and say that the single player of, you know, Titanfall was the salvation of it. But again, I have to say what I have to say. Same thing I said with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, okay? Same thing I'm going to say right now. Titanfall is a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
So if you make a great single player, you know what I say? Bravo. Bravo. That's great. But to be honest with you, Crap, it's not going to save the game. And the multiplayer in Titanfall 2 was just awful. It starts even with the lobbies. We couldn't even get a game situated. It was a mess. It was a mess. So it was a technical mess. Then they made it a lot like Call of Duty with the camping. That's not... Titanfall is fast-paced action. You wait for more than a few seconds in an area, you're getting sniped, you're getting destroyed by a Titan.
Yeah.
You know? So I hope that this isn't just a quick money grab. I'm very interested to see what they got. Because every time a battle royale comes out, especially by a big-time group, you kind of hope that they put a new spin on it, Crap. So I'm interested to see what their spin on this battle royale is. But realistically speaking, I don't have a whole lot of...
A free to play, another one. Yeah, it's like they're chasing trends. It just this seems like that damn Cliffy B game all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what the hell was that game that he did?
Oh, Radical Heights.
Yeah, you know, like they're just like they're just chasing trends. I don't know. That never seems like a really good idea to me. I don't know. Just like to me, that's just not a very good look for them. Please hit that like button. Really do appreciate it. Yobi says, nah, multiplayer for Titanfall 2 was amazing. Here's the problem, Yobi. When I try to play it with my friends, they have some kind of weird lobby system where you have to have a clan tag and then see that person invite you. And then I don't know if they fixed that later because I didn't stick around that long, but that system was horrible. Not only was that system horrible, but there was no camping in Titanfall 1, right? It was like you always had to be moving around. It was action-packed. It was a lot of fun. The Titans had like enough lanes to do what they had to do, but it wasn't like overly big. In Titanfall 2, they took out they did that stupid core thing, and they made it to where you could camp with like snipers and stuff like that. It just wasn't nearly as good to me. RPZD Joker says, I can't wait for Battle Royale crap to die.
It's not good. Listen, I can tell you right now, it's not going to die. Battle Royale this is what I've been saying this for about, I don't know, since PUBG became a thing and we started talking about it on podcasts. Battle Royale was introduced to all of you and us as basically a game. But what it ultimately becomes is a game mode. And you guys know that now everyone's like, oh, of course, Mooch, naturally. But I was saying this back when PUBG was just barely, you know, a thing. This is going to become the next team deathmatch. So everything that you've been playing, folks, in multiplayer, that has a team deathmatch, or domination, is going to have a battle royale. They already have the map. It's the game they've created.
Yeah.
So they already have it, right? There could be a battle royale in the next Uncharted. There could be one in the next Halo. There might be one in the next Gears. Maybe they'll call it something else, but it's going to be survival of the fittest, right? Like, look there was The Running Man, the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Right? And then they came out with what's the one there with not the Mockingbird. What is it there? Guys, help me out here.
Let me think.
You guys know what it is. You know where the girl puts her, you know, she with the bow and arrow. That's the same thing as the Hunger Games.
Oh, okay. I'm all over the place. I'm like, girl with the bow and arrow.
Sorry, but the Hunger Games is just The Running Man.
Yeah.
Again,
there's also a Japanese thing called Battle Royale that's similar to that. They're all kind of copying each other or something along those lines. So
yeah, I mean, look at that. So when someone says
Punk says I hated BR at first, now I love it. I like it. I just don't think every game needs it. You know.
Well, crap. Let me ask you this though. But here's my point. My point is so what's the matter to you? Who cares? It's a game mode. Well, myself personally, I don't listen. When we played multiplayer all those years, crap, and we played Team Deathmatch, and you played whether it was Battlefield or Call of Duty or even Gears.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like domination as much as everybody else in my group.
Neither did I. Well, I love domination. I hated search and destroy.
Okay. I don't like, I didn't care for search and destroy, but it was there. And guess what? Didn't offend me. So Battle Royale is going to become search and destroy, or it's going to become domination, or it's team deathmatch. It's a mode. So if it bothers, what I think it's bothering the audience right now, what I think is really bugging them is games that come out and they're only Battle Royale, right? That's all we got to offer. Like PUBG. You can play Battle Royale or take a walk.
Yeah.
Right. That's where people are like, I don't want to plunk down $60 to play a mode. I think we're past that.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem if a game wants to throw in their version of a Battle Royale into their multiplayer scheme. That's fine. I'm all about it. It just adds more content for us. So that's why I'm, and RPZD says, I'm just saying, I don't like how it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, RPZD Joker, it's not necessarily the greatest thing since sliced bread for you, but for someone like myself that's been playing multiplayer games for a long time now, Team Deathmatch was getting quite stale. And I don't know how you feel about that crap, but like, I wasn't excited to just go and get Call of Duty, have the 6-hour, 7-hour campaign of following around Captain Stu Nuts.
I love Captain Stu Nuts.
I know you were a big fan of his, but here's my thing. After that, what did we have? Team Deathmatch. It was boring.
I mean, I still play Team Deathmatch,
I do, but rarely. It's less. It's a lot like, even now when we play Gears, I almost prefer to play Dodgeball when I play Gears.
Yeah, I mean...
something different. Just switch it up a little.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like, I think Battle Royale is going to be a thing until people just abandon it, or it just maybe, like you're right, it's just going to be a thing that they add in there. You know what I mean? So the rumors is even the next Call of Duty is going to have that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see sort of how that plays out. I hope that they do or whatever. Have you heard of this Zen Studios RPG, Apparitia, The Stolen Sun? It's a console exclusive that's going to launch on Game Pass day and date.
I did see it.
What do you think about that?
I think it's something that is somewhat needed with the whole day and date. The problem is that this game, I don't think this game has the power to grab somebody who's not a Game Pass member to subscribe. This may be a service to the Game Pass customers that already exist. I mean, do you think this game has the pull to bring in new gamers to Game Pass?
I don't think so. I've never even heard of it. It doesn't look particularly interesting to me. So,
no, that's my thing. It's not really my bag, but I think that. And what does it really follow? So I didn't look too. I know what it is because I did see it. I saw that it's going day and date to Game Pass. But what's the art style? What's the gameplay like? Do you have something you can compare it to roughly?
I can throw my 2 cents in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been following this game. This game is more for old school gamers. The guys back who played Shining in the Darkness back in Sega Genesis. It's the same thing. It's a dungeon crawler RPG. That's what you're gonna get. So it's gonna appeal to a lot of the old school guys who love that type of RPG. But I don't think it's gonna be a anchor, I guess, for Game Pass. It's not gonna pull people in, but for the people who are already in, they'll be happy. So that's just my 2 cents.
That's what, so Gadang basically just answered what I said. That's what I said. It'll make the people that are already in Game Pass pretty ecstatic and like what was it? Wartide, Vermintide, or War something, Warmind, Vermintide 2.
Vermintide,
right?
Vermintide 2, yeah.
Like there was nobody at a midnight release for that game at GameStop, right? Nobody cared about that, but at the same time, they were kind of excited. Hey, guess what? I'm getting a pretty damn good game here, and I'm already a Game Pass customer. And then I think that's what they're going to feel with this game. This is a pretty good game that doesn't hit the radar for many, but now for someone, it's a service to those that are in Game Pass. It's another good game coming in there. Now, it's not a game anyone talked about or rants and raves about. Again, nobody's lined up at midnight at GameStop for it, but it's there. Now, what I think is, and I really do want to talk about this crap because a lot of people have been hitting me up in Twitter and on Xbox and telling me that I might be missing the boat with how great this new Metro game is, Metro Exodus. I think that Metro Exodus, I think Microsoft really, really missed an opportunity here. This is a game that no matter how good it ends up being, and I'm not doubting how good it'll be, okay?
Yeah.
I just think that it's going to miss the major audience, especially with its release date. So this is a game that's going to be discounted heavily in the near future. This is a game that Microsoft could have put day and date, okay, into Game Pass and really, really made their Game Pass look worthy because it has a AAA game, a AAA studio, day and date in there. Not just whatever it was, Warmind, Vermintide 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, not just this other game. Like, put a game in there that gets recognition, but yet the company, the developer, the publisher all know it's not going to do very well. So why not put it in there and get this thing and make Game Pass look good, make the game look good? You know, you'll have millions of people playing the game day one. Looks great for usage.
Like Metro, I thought that Tomb Raider would have made a good one. Since it was such a busy time. You know what I mean? Yeah, like for me personally, I think that Game Pass needs some of those bigger, and not only that, but that way you wouldn't need it as an exclusive to have that being the console of choice. You know what I'm saying, Mooch? Like, oh, well, which one are you going to get? You're going to get the Xbox or the PlayStation? I'm going to get Xbox because, you know, they're going to have Anthem or they're going to have Tomb Raider day and date and Game Pass. I don't got to pay $60 for it. You know, like that is something to me that seems to make a lot of sense. Now, this is something we usually don't talk about, Mooch, but Metro Exodus is going to be it's not going to be on Steam.
No, it's not. It's going to be on the Epic Game Store, right?
Yeah, so Epic Games is coming out swinging like Microsoft never dreamed about, right? Microsoft they're Microsoft, right?
Right.
UWP, Windows, UWP, right? Here comes little old Epic Games Store getting exclusive games, right? Yeah. And now Deep Silver says, because Steam is bitching right now. Yeah. And you know what Deep Silver says? If you boycott Metro because it's not on Steam, chances are the next Metro won't be on PC at all. Is that ballsy or what?
Yeah, that is ballsy.
They're swinging some big old balls right there, my friend. Like, holy crap.
And that was Epic?
You know, that's the Exodus developers. They're saying we won't put it on PC at all if you don't quit crying, you babies.
Well, I mean, listen, they made an executive decision to go with the Epic Game Store.
Yes.
By doing that,
like a lot of people are right now.
Division 2 as well, right?
I think so. Or I know also that one game, I forget what the hell it was. People already stopped playing it, Ashen or whatever it was.
Yeah, there's a few of them crap that are going over there. And listen, this is something that we said. Remember when we used to complain about this earlier in the generation because Phil was like, I don't like exclusives. Well, the rest of the world does. So, you know, this is what Epic Game Store is doing. Epic's like, how do we get people to actually come over and try our store? You know, and that is to make it only available on your store. You know, wow, this just in. It's only been going on since the Industrial Revolution or prior to that. I don't even know. Like, this is not new business tactics. It works. Yeah. So, listen, PC gamers are going to go over to Epic, and they're going to buy the game if that's where they want to play it. Okay, they're going to.
100%.
So my thing is that this strategy works. Epic knows it works. So, do I think it's ballsy that they came out and said that? You know, it's here's the thing.
I think it's ballsy as hell, dude. I
think it's ballsy because in today's era, you don't hear people say that. But I think realistically, they know that they got gamers by the you-know-what. Because hear me out. Hear me out, crap. If they don't put if you're a big Metro fan and they decide that they're not going to put it on PC next run for the next edition, the next in the trilogy, if you will, then you have to buy it on console. And that's with Rockstar, right? Rockstar, you can't, like right now, Red Dead Redemption 2 is not on PC.
It might not even go to PC.
It might not, or by the time it goes there, it's, you know, it's yesterday's news. It'll be a year after, maybe more.
Well, supposedly the online for Red Dead 2 didn't take off the way people thought.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. Did you say that it wouldn't? I can't remember.
That was me. I was going to say, I know everyone's like, I said, I don't play that game because no one ever cares. But I told you it wouldn't work out. It just wouldn't work out.
Yeah, you were like, I don't know if people want to go around riding horses and doing that stuff.
Who wants to ride a horse that long with absolutely no real true destination?
Also, they made it really kind of lame. You had to bust your ass to get any kind of money in that game.
Crap, it also was the whole lock-on sites thing for multiplayer game. That just doesn't work well. People don't like that. That's my biggest...
So this Lucifer X UK guy says it's incorrect. Deep Silver did not say that. One single developer at 4A said that. BS. Well, listen, Deep Silver's the publisher,
right?
Not the developer. So I will take a developer what they say versus what a publisher says, right? because Metro is not owned by Deep Silver. It's a you know, they're an independent studio.
Right.
So them saying that, that's still, in my opinion, pretty ballsy. So.
It is. It definitely is. I think it's, you don't see them step. You don't see a lot of companies step. This is things that you saw maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You don't see companies doing that. But I will say this much. To be honest with you, I kind of want to. Yeah, I was talking to a few people on Xbox Live, and they're like, "Mooch, you really should give Metro a chance." I said, "Well, don't forget my DM or my Xbox Live's open for codes." But I said at the same time, I don't. Metro, the game itself, has never roped me in as far as the story goes. Crap, that's my biggest, beef with it is the story. And you know me, you might go, well, Mooch, don't you say story doesn't matter? Yeah, it doesn't. But the gameplay never really roped me in either. So if I'm not a big fan of the way that the gun mechanics work and the story, well, it's the opposite of Meatloaf's song. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Well, 2 out of 3 it's not good. It's not good. So I don't know. Myself personally, I think this is either a Game Pass game, get it on sale, or you mooch it. I mean, it's really one of those types of situations. Crap. I mean, do you see any? I don't know. Maybe you could get some codes. I'm not sure what the situation is here. I think it's beautiful. The game looks great, though. Yeah. It is a beautiful game.
So this is a protest of the exclusivity deal or whatever. They're review bombing the first 2 games on Steam or whatever. And, they're calling Deep Silver greedy and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Like for me personally, I just think that it doesn't. Like, look, if you're on a PC, what's it matter if you're buying it on the Epic Store or?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. What's the difference?
Yeah, maybe so. I'm not a PC gamer.
It's like if you wear only a physical, like you're a console guy now, right? Let's use the same situation. You're a console guy, and Walmart is 2 miles from your house, and Target's 5 miles from your house, and you've been buying games at Walmart for the past decade. You walk in, you're like, "Hi, I'd like a copy of Metro Exodus for Xbox One." Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, they have an exclusive deal with Target. Well, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
What? I don't care. Who cares if I got to get in a car and drive 3 more miles to Target? Like, I don't think that's not the sale. This isn't the 1800s. 3 more miles away. I don't have enough food in the carriage.
I agree 100%.
I can't go that far.
Hey, you know what, Mooch, though? We do have one more voicemail.
We do have a voicemail. We should definitely hit it up.
Can we rock that voicemail real quick?
We definitely can. So here it goes.
All right,
Omega.
Brother.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Omega again. I'm glad that Microsoft is going out and getting talent from other studios such as Rockstar, Sony Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, etc. I just have one problem with this. And before someone says, well, you're a Sony guy, so of course you're gonna have a problem with it. Here's my thing. I have an Xbox, I have a Switch, I have a PlayStation. I like Sony exclusives, but I want more from Microsoft, which is why I'm hard on them. And rightfully so. My main problem with them going to get talent for the initiative is the fact that, here's a Canadian reference and analogy, obviously. We refer everything to hockey. If you take some of the best NHL players, the Canadian ones, obviously, if you take the best Canadian NHL players, such as John Tavares, Steven Stamkos, Nathan McKinnon, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, one of the best players in the NHL right now, and generally, if you put them all on Team Canada, they might not gel properly and or even well. So you know what they need and what Microsoft needs? They need a good coach behind the bench to organize the troops and organize the team to become precise and calculated and know what they're doing and organizing them. Mooch, you said yourself, game development is not like a Bob Ross painting. So I feel for Microsoft to succeed, especially with getting talent, they need a good coach, they need a good leadership and someone behind the bench to kind of pull the strings. They need someone going over to that employee that's taking selfies at 10 a.m. with their Starbucks and say, knock it off! It's time to get back to work! Anyways, guys, take it easy. I bid you all adieu. That's a big goodbye. Mwah! And good night.
That's awesome.
That is. You know what? I got to say, he does a good Mooch impression.
He does. It's not bad. Thanks. That's great.
You got to tell your cousins and stuff to stop calling in, man, pretending to be fans, man. Come on.
That's great. No, honestly, I like where he's going with that crap because to be honest with you, you look at the initiative and there is nothing there but athletes. It's the dream team. It's kind of like the dream team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like they need and I think their leader over there is who was the gentleman that is responsible for the Lara Croft series that was just redone? Gallagher.
Yeah.
Gallagher is their leader. And I think that's great. I think he's going to do great. But I do agree. I always think that Microsoft has a leadership issue. And I don't know. We'll find out in the very near future when we start seeing all these great artists coming together and making and putting these things onto actual digital layout, and we can actually see what they're creating. But I mean, crap, he does bring up a good point. I've always felt that the issue is with Microsoft leadership.
Yeah. Their leadership has been kind of crummy here and there. And I think that Phil's doing a good job of pushing. Let's face it, man. Phil and Microsoft. Oh, Sir X-Man says, what could have saved Metro is 2 to 4 player co-op. Hey, probably. What's better than for that game, Mooch, me and you teaming up and playing it, right?
Which one's that now? Metro?
Metro, yeah. He says 2 to 4 player co-op would have saved that game.
Absolutely. Because you know what? When you're in a game like that, Sir X-Man, and people are like, what the hell's going on in this game? Somebody's like, I don't know. At least somebody can be like, oh, this is the part where you got to go save this part. And when you bring this back over here, so-and-so will give you that. And that's all the big scheme that brings you up to this level. And you're like, oh, all right, cool. Like, I like that. Same thing can be said even for Anthem. Like, I was playing Anthem with, last weekend, I was playing with Predator. Shout out to Pred. And I was saying to Pred, I'm like, so what's the deal with this? He's like, oh, I think what you got to do is.
What's the deal with this?
What's the deal with Anthem? And he was like, well, the thing is, you take this, you bring it over here. This guy will give you a story. That story pertains to that part. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that makes games sometimes a little bit more of a good time. I think Anthem's real saving grace is the fact that it's a 4-player co-op. Now, the one thing, and not to jump from one subject to the other, but my only concern with Anthem, too, is that I hope they have, and we were talking to some people on Zucker was talking about it on Crossfire and Colt. They're going to have an area crap where you can go to, much like a Destiny hub, like a tower where you can all kind of talk and see each other's different skins and your mech suits and this and that. That's kind of important. But why that wasn't in the game in the first place? Why they were like, well, we'll try and get it there for day one. Try?
Yeah.
You'll try? Who was doing like the test subject, like the people they brought in to play these games over the past year? Nobody was like, hey, can we have an area so I can see what that guy's actually, you're going to have a $20 skin and I can't even see what that guy's wearing unless I'm in mid-action? Like in the middle of a gunfight? I'm not going to see what you're wearing. How am I going to know what helmet you have on when I got 65,000 enemies attacking me? Hey, nice helmet, crap. Whoa, watch out for that. I mean, no one's going to say that. You always see it in the hub.
I agree.
So, I don't know. For some reason, some of these guys, this is the problem. Gaming is still so new, even though it's a billion-dollar business. They need to put their ear to the ground. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, they listen to all these YouTube shows. Well, are you? Well, get out a pen and paper. There's a test next week on Crossfire. We've been saying this stuff. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about this, right?
Yeah.
So Sea of Thieves is letting you disable crossplay.
Yes, thank God.
Now the PC fans are pissed right now. The PC gamers, right?
Why?
Why do you think?
Oh, you don't
they have a huge advantage.
Well, I was looking at it in a different way. I was looking at it as now that maybe there's not a huge group of PC people playing the game. So now they're like, well, wait, now we're going to have empty servers or not so many people out in the seas.
There's a good amount playing the game, right? The problem is they like playing crossplay with Xbox gamers. Why? Because they have an advantage. That's why.
Right.
So that they're kind of upset about this. Like, what do you think? I just saw something came across my feed where somebody was saying, oh, Sea of Thieves is going to be dead online. Yeah, this is what I saw. Sea of Thieves shooting themselves in the foot by splitting their community. Xbox players' next update can opt out of playing with PC player. Sea's about to be empty on PC. So, and actually, Jez Gordon responded to this. He says they can opt out of being owned by keyboard and mouse users who have a massive unfair competitive advantage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is something that should have been there from the beginning and should be there in all first-party games. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't agree with that article saying that the seas are going to be empty on PC. I don't see how that...
I don't see that either, unless they wanted that advantage and they've been enjoying that advantage so much.
I can't see...
Are they going to just abandon the game, Mooch? Oh, well, let's just abandon the game, right?
I can't... That's my point. So you're telling me you've been playing on PC, having that much fun, even if a little bit of the fun was kind of having the one up on the console gamers. I can't see that being the only. You're like, oh, I can't wait to play Sea of Thieves tonight. Why? Oh, because I'm going to leapfrog over to a console gamer's boat and take their treasure that they probably found that really equates to like 18 pieces of gold and is nothing really. Yeah. Right? Like, that's not going to ruin their time. Like, I don't think that article holds any weight. I think this is just better for the gamers, right? Like, Phil's like, options. It's a generation of options. Options, right? Like right now, Phil is driving in Seattle, okay, eating an ice cream with his air conditioner on, with the windows down. That's his choice. Of
course he is. Yes, of course.
That's his choice.
He's having a damn good time too, man. He's like, I'm Phil MFN Spencer.
That's right.
Phil. I wonder if he practices with Spencer.
He might even have the convertible top down.
Phil Spencer.
And
Spencer,
it's snowing.
Phil Spencer. Mr. Spencer to you.
There's no stopping him. It's the generation of do whatever the hell you want.
It is. I agree 100%. It like do whatever you want, but Xbox gamers should always have the option to not play with those people, right?
It's your choice, right? Why can't we have that option? If everyone gets an option, why don't the console gamers get the option?
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You've been saying it for a while.
Phil Spencer, at your service.
The new 007, Phil Spencer.
Yes, well, they're looking for a new one apparently. So I mean,
that's right.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fans have been absolutely great. Hey, look, there's Sleepy Goblin.
Yes.
Yobi. Look, man, we actually had a really good turnout today.
Outstanding turnout. Noof Nukem, boom, boom, kaboom.
Boom, boom, kaboom. Oh, we got to get with Noof and do something.
We do got to get with Noof because Noof's been asking, and I got to be honest with you, shame on me, Noof. I'll take full responsibility.
Yeah.
Been getting on.
I've been
playing late. I've not been playing late night gaming in about a week. Just it's been crazy. But I will be up. There is this thing called the Super Bowl that Crap's unaware of today.
Yes, I'm skipping out on that. I am spending time with the lady.
Well,
so, yeah,
if he's not busy, Noof, like apparently Crap will be up for gaming at some point, possibly.
Yeah, well, I haven't been home much, man. You know what I mean? Like that's just. I mean, you guys know how it is. Just. Exactly.
Boom, boom, kaboom. He's in the chat going off. Love it.
Hey, if you guys could please be so kind as to support us on Patreon.
Please.
The wheel is next week on Mooch's channel. We're giving away Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
In the chat.
That's another giveaway. So we've got a
$60.
Right. We're doing a $60 giveaway for our Patreon folks. We're giving away a $60 game in Red Dead Redemption 2. Thanks to Yobi. Okay. Yeah. And then we're doing our wheel, which, by the way, Mighty Spidey and Omega, you will be thrown onto the wheel.
Yes.
Next week. We're going to have a few more voices calls. We'll spin that wheel.
Call Skype, MC Show Live.
Yes.
Right? Call it up on Skype. Leave a voicemail like you would just
do it now.
Yes. Do it now. Leave a voicemail. You're registered to win. You're on the wheel next week. Like, holy crap. Right. It's that easy.
And you win a prize. It's that simple, folks. And it's gaming related. It's going to be great.
It is. Right. So get your Crackdown 3 thoughts in. You get your Days Gone thoughts in. Get your Microsoft thoughts in on no advertising.
What you think of the Epic Game Store and what PC gamers are saying and what you guys think is really going on out there?
Should Microsoft have went and got Metro Exodus on Game Pass day one, right? Like these are all things you guys like. The show is built around you guys. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys become part of the show again. I know it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of get back because we are back. We're going to be doing live calls very soon again as well. Yes. But everything else, good to go right now, man. Good to go. And we really do appreciate everybody. Gadang, man, kick-ass job today. You've gotten better each and every week. Absolutely amazing.
I appreciate it. No, I've been getting messages from people on Twitter and stuff. They're thanking me, so I appreciate it. Yeah, this is hard work. I mean, it's confusing. Voice meter and OBS, it's throwing me off, but I'm getting the hang of it. So
yes, you're doing great, man. You're doing a fantastic job with it. So make sure you guys tune in, all that kind of stuff. Please like the show, subscribe, share it. We really appreciate all the fans and all the awesome feedback we've been getting from you guys. Can you take us out with the song?
Yes, I can. Here we go.
All right,
guys. Later. Enjoy your Sunday. Game on, everybody.
Your Sunday. Later. Peace.
It's MNC. He gon' rack it up to get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what Mooch on, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already already know. Dial that number, leave them questions and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's M and C. It's M and C. It's mooch and crap. It's mooch and crap. MMC is back. M and C.